All right, so just got everything packed up here. Gonna head out and hopefully do some stuff in the woods today. Got the generator, obviously. I also have this treatment stuff. Probably a good idea to put that in there so we don't end up with any gelling in the tractor, boots, the headphones, and my chainsaw chaps. Everything else should be out there. So, all right, next stop will be the land. Alright, so we got some light snow out here. Got the generator plugged in there, the Honda's going. Got the tractor plugged in here, and I'm gonna let it go. I'll check the temperature on my phone to see what it is out here. It's definitely not warm, I can tell you that. Like, I might be underdressed today for what I plan on doing. I got the four-wheeler going right away. I'm gonna go look, do some spotting on where I need to go. That starts up just fine because it's gas. I mean, popped right off. That's no big deal. Yeah, this thing's pretty quiet too. It's running into low idle, so not much draw on that engine heater, so that's good. So, all right, let me see what temperature is here. Okay, so currently it's 23. I don't know what it was overnight, but obviously been at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks probably since I've been out here, so that tractor is definitely going to be a solid block ice here. And I also did bring, like I said, some of that diesel fuel conditioner to put in the tank as well. Should probably do that now. All right, I'm going to do some spotting here. All right, so we're going to take the four-wheeler around the woods here, and I'll show you what I've been working on. Still waiting for the tractor to get warm. So this will probably be pretty bumpy and noisy. So right in here is an oak that must have came off in this last windstorm we had on Monday. So I got that cut off where I want. I just gotta wait for the tractor to get warm. And I'm gonna come and pull that one out there. You can see it's a pretty decent size. There's a decent hole in the center too, but try getting through here. There's stuff in here too. There's one in here over the summer that this one right here, one right in front of us. That one's actually cut off on the end, so I can pull that out. I just didn't get to it during the summer, I guess. But yeah, right in here was a big disaster of stuff as well. This one right in front of us has got a broken piece too. And yeah, you can see the one out there, this one there, that one's hanging. There's one up there, it's broke off. Should be a pine straight ahead of us there. That's what most of this is laying down in here. So we'll go to the back. So see here. Nope, it's right in here. There's a lot of stuff too, but I believe anything on this side over here, I think that's the other guy. I'm not messing with that stuff. It's kind of where this path is cut, is where the property line is. Then right in here, these two that are laying here, I cut the ends off on those. Those can be cut up, and I was working on cutting some of that stuff up just to make the path a little bit clearer. This here is all pretty clear because that's where I was in the summer. I think that's where I lost my knife, somewhere in there. There was something, maybe this one here. I think that's the one I was going to take down this winter. Look way up, you can see that it's all the bark's off. That one's definitely dead, but since that windstorm, now I got a bunch more stuff to take care of, so. Tell you that my hand, which doesn't have a glove on, isn't freezing right now, because it is. So if we go left here, this gets us to the Deere stand. There's stuff in here too. I don't know, we were kind of just back that way. I'll go down this way here. Twigs and stuff down in here. This would be the side property line. See where that pink post is there, the post with the pink ribbon on. Where I spent the majority of my time last winter was back in here cleaning this stuff up. And there's stuff up in here that's dead as well. That's also hanging. But, I don't know. Oh man, is my hand cold. know, maybe I should just ride the four-wheeler around today. That seems a little bit less productive, but a little bit more fun. Whew, man, my hand is cold. So we're getting close here, I promise. We'll get this thing started. Hopefully I haven't destroyed my battery life on my camera here. Alright, it's starting time. Let's see what happens here. So it was on at least an hour, I would say. I had the generator with the block heater on here. I just pulled it off. And then hopefully my camera battery lasts long, because I'd like to take it back and pull out those logs. So we'll see. I know last time I did this, it popped right off, so. Let's do this one more time here. There's a lot of rattling. maybe out of curiosity, sometimes we should just try starting it when it's cold without putting the block heater on. I think things start super easy every time. So, alright, let me get set up and we'll go back into the woods and pull some logs. Alright, so to save some time, I went and got it hooked on, and I got to a point where I think it's going to pull it out. I was a little finagling because there's a tree it knocked down below it, so it was kind of hung up on that. And I know there's been some question about this, like, why aren't you still using that 8N? Why'd you get a John Deere? The reason for the John Deere is my dad wanted his 8N back because he uses it. I can tell you, in this type of situation with this thing, I needed a 4-wheel drive to move this around. Advantage 8N when it comes to weight, and then again, those got ag tires on it, and I'm still a big believer in those ag tires. Those things would really make a mess out of this. They just dig itself down. So this one here was laying on top here, so laying on top, so when I tried to pull it, it was getting hung up here, and the tractor doesn't have enough hydraulic lift to lift that up. So what I did was I pulled it off to the side, and I'm hoping I get enough. Actually, I don't know, maybe I'm up all the way. I think I am. Yeah, I don't think it's going to lift any more than what it is right now. So, and then we'll pull this one out. Moving this thing was actually surprisingly easy. It didn't take much at all to get that to move. So, and then we'll probably come back. I didn't cut the end off of this where it's uprooted here. I don't know, maybe I'll leave that one. I want to get the other ones taken care of here before I run out of too much time. Alright, so it did come up a little bit, but not much. This is 4-wheel drive then, just for the record. Okay, we gotta rehook. I'm digging in way too much. Let me rehook and try to get a little higher. I'm just plowing dirt here. Yeah, the hydraulics do not have enough lift to get this thing up. And I can tell you, oh man, come on. I'm gonna have to cut this thing down. I can't, front end here is just not steering, there's no way. Boy, I didn't think that thing was that heavy. Now, for the record, I know for a fact that 8N would pull this thing out. And if we were going through that little issue that we just had, where I'm steering and the front end doesn't have enough weight to steer, 8N has separate brake pedals for each side, or individual brakes, so you could brake steer through that turn. And I don't know what the problem is here. This, I mean, it's not that big. It really isn't. It should pull that out 1, 2, 3. I don't know. The 8N2, it just seems a little bit more fun. I don't know why, but it does. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to rehook, get myself on the path, and then just hopefully go for it. All right, we kind of got it. Just gonna plow with it, I guess. I don't know. don't know what you saw or what you could see. Probably a lot of bouncing around, but I don't know. That did not pull very nice at all. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's big enough. You can see it was just digging in. I don't know. That 8N seemed to have more lift capacity too in the 3-point arms. You know, but I don't know. It probably wouldn't start today though. Even with a block heater, that 8N was, I don't know, really finicky when you get the cold weather. It doesn't like starting. So, alright, so this would have been the toughest one today that we're going to get out. The rest of them should be a breeze, knock on wood here. No pun intended. Okay, so this is more like it. Obviously quite smaller, but got the idea that I like lifting it up on the heavy end, getting the weight on the back of the tractor and down so you got a lot of traction, and then pulling it out. And this pulled like nothing. That was 2-wheel drive all the way out. Obviously this isn't as heavy as the other one or as oxy, but that's the idea, and like that's the way that the 8N I would use that as well. And that's the main reason I always hook the heavy end, is to get the weight on the back of the tractor, forcing the tires down so you got more digging capacity, so the tractor's got more traction. The flip side of that is you may lose some weight in the front, and then you might not have the steering. But like if you did have individual brakes in the back, then that's not an issue. And you would think with this tractor too that there'd be enough weight with the loader. And especially if you got to ballast the tires to compensate for the loader, that this log wouldn't take that much front end weight off, but I guess it does. So I'm going to set up the camera here, and what I'm going to try to do is roll these logs back further so I got more room. I just cut up some of the stuff I had there. I know both chainsaws are going to go back with me today. The one is extremely dull, the newer one, the big saw, and then the smaller one was relatively sharp until I started cutting this stuff up, and it was pretty sandy. So I'm going to just see if I can kind of push with the bucket and roll everything back. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I'm going to be taking off here shortly. I'm leaving the ramp out. That should be fine for the winter to leave that out. So, I only pulled up 2 more in the one I actually cut into 3 segments because it was really long. It's whatever this is right here. This one. Some sort of hardwood of sorts. But yeah, I pulled that out and cut that in 3 pieces because otherwise it was too long. Found this one. There's another one back in the same spot. I just didn't go back to get it. And then I went up to the other end after I had the tractor put away and just took the 4-wheeler out with the chainsaw. And I cleaned one up down there. I got some blocks, probably 16, 18 inches round. I got to pick up, and then there's also, you know, the rest of the tree is still laying there. That one I could pull up. So I don't know. A set of forks would definitely be cool. I think that would help a little bit. But there again, who knows how much the thing will lift. But you can do it with the bucket. It's possible. So yeah, other than that, I'm wrapping it up here. We gotta get Christmas shopping done yet today, so I gotta drive back. I don't know, I may set up the camera and try a time lapse on the way back. So if it's in the video, it is. And if I didn't like the way it turned out, it's not, and this is it. So, alrighty.